Good morning. Hi. Welcome to Guanyin practice for the 15th, the Ides of March. I hope everybody's morning has been going smoothly, or whatever part of the day you're in. Maybe it's afternoon or evening where you are. But we are in the month of Tara in the Mount Shasta Goddess Temple. And today we are going to be exploring the ninth of the 21 Taras. So here is her homage. Homage, goddess adorned with fingers at her heart in the gesture that symbolizes the triple gem, lady whose palms are embellished with wheels, with floods of their light, unsettling wrongdoers throughout the directions, leaving out none. Hi, Christina. How are you? It's good to see you. So Tara number 9 is Sangdagnakchi, noble Lady Tara of the teak forest, who protects from all fears. And her mantra is Om Tare Tutare Ture Dana Traya Soha. Traya Soha. So I'll say it again because I got stumbled up there. Om Tare Tutare Ture Dana Traya Soha. Sangdang Nakchi is peaceful and is blue-green in color, like an emerald. She protects beings from the 8 great fears, each of which have an outer and inner aspect. So she protects from water, which is linked with attachment, from thieves, which is linked with false views, from lions, which is linked with pride, from snakes, which is linked with jealousy. She protects from fire, which is linked with anger, spirits, which are linked with doubt, imprisonment, which is linked with greed, and she protects from elephants, which are linked with ignorance. Upon her Utpala flower is a universal wheel, blazing with turbulent light that tames beings by means appropriate to their needs. So she turns the wheel, spins the wheel, and allows for there to be some type of transformation of fear. So she takes the base state of the fear that exists within us, and by pacifying that, it pacifies the worldly aspects of fear around us. Morning, Natalie. Good to see you. So Tara Sangdang Nakchi, the noble lady of the teak forest clothed in leaves, and she dispels fear. And today is a great day for us to think about, all right, so if I had help dispelling one of my fears, if there was a goddess I could call upon and say, please, I have this fear. Maybe it's a fear that you've had since childhood. Maybe it's a fear that you just developed recently. A lot of us, I don't really like in the new age world how people will be like, oh, that comes from fear. I actually think fear is a very important emotional state to experience, not to get attached to, but definitely to experience, because in the experience of fear, we have the awareness that there might be a danger, and a danger without is a danger within in the Buddhist view. So we might have a fear of, like, if you're afraid of snakes, you might think to yourself, well, what does that actually mean? And according to the correspondence, snakes manifest on the inner planes in a fear of jealousy. But what if you could turn that serpent into an ally? So if you were feeling fearful about somebody stealing your ideas, or somebody, having something and you don't have it and it makes you feel unsettled, right? What if you were able to say, oh, okay, that's that serpent of that serpent of jealousy. It's this idea that there's something laying in wait to bite me, something laying in wait to hurt me. And what if it weren't like that? What if instead we were able to create some kind of wholesome relationship to fear that is like, okay, so this is not the manifestation that I really want to be connected with. What I really want to be connected with is strength. And I really want to be connected with a state of courage no matter what's going on. And I don't want to live my life as though there's something lurking around every corner for me when that's not actually the case. So, hi, Stephanie. I'm so looking forward to spending some time with you today. Hi, Margot. It's good to see you. Yeah. So, exactly. Natalie says, can't we learn fear as a learning tool? Or can't we use fear as a learning tool? Yeah. So that when fear comes up, rather than that sense of like, I shouldn't feeling like, oh no, I'm frozen, or feeling like, oh, look, there it is again. What if fear was just there to say, hey, pay attention, muster your courage, be aware, but don't go too far. Don't get into like paranoia. Don't get into, don't let your mind go to a state where you're feeling like, one manifestation of that sense of jealousy is feeling like all good things are happening for everyone other than you. But if you were to talk to anybody for whom good things are happening, they would also have their list of the bad things that are happening. So it's not necessarily the case that every good thing is happening to other people and bad things are happening to you. It's that we're all meeting life at our own level. And I think at the end of the day, that noble Lady Tara clothed in leaves gives us the opportunity to sort of say, let me retreat into my inner forest and confront whatever is the beast that's living there that's got me scared. Or let me go into my inner forest and retreat and nourish myself and care for myself when I experience fear. So, just some thoughts about how we might work with this form of Tara who guards against the 8 great fears and dangers. And our card today, the 8 manifestations of Padmasambhava. So this is so great because we've been seeing a couple different manifestations of Padmasambhava. We saw Vajrakalaya, we saw Dorje Drolo. There have been a couple different manifestations of Padmasambhava that we've already studied. This card today talks about all 8 of his manifestations and why did he manifest in 8 forms. Padmasambhava is an archetype embodiment of all the accumulated knowledge, wisdom, love, and power of the Buddhist tradition. But he was originally a human being born in India in the 8th century. He brought Buddhism to Tibet, traveling there by foot, and he built the first Buddhist monastery at Samye. He is the founder of the Nyingma school of Buddhism. That's, in case anyone wants to know, that's the school of Buddhism that our temple belongs to. And he is lovingly called Guru Rinpoche, the reverend teacher. He is represented here in the various energetic states that he takes on as a teacher in his first and future lives. He transforms his approach to each situation in order to best teach in whatever way is needed for different students at different times. I just want to echo that in this description of Sengdang Nakji, it said, upon her Utpala flower is a universal wheel blazing with turbulent light that tames beings by means appropriate to their needs. So this is something that Tara and Padmasambhava have in common, which is the ability to appear as whatever is needed in the moment to help beings. So the central figure of this 8 manifestations is a portrait of the monk King of Zahur. Below, he's represented as Guru Shakya Senge, wearing the 3 yellow monastic robes. We're right there. I know it's like kind of small for the screen. These two are studying the sutras, the religious writings. At the top left is his manifestation as Chakra Samvara in embrace with his female consort. Hi, Audrey. In paintings, he is usually represented in that position, like this, as Urgyen Dorji Chang, another version of a bodhisattva in embrace. However, this Tanka's iconography was changed according to the commissioner's teacher's instructions, a common practice to make a Tanka most relevant to a practitioner. Below him is Pema Jalpo, the Lotus King. We have here portrayed as a cremation ground dweller, and he's holding the damaru, the chudram, and the cup of the skull cup in his hand. These are Buddhist practices done in cremation grounds because they're places where the line is thin between this world and the world of spirits, gods, and ghosts, many of whom are called upon for various reasons. Opposite him is King Loden Chukse, the wise seeker of excellence, here and here. At the bottom right is the monk Nima Otser, or the guru of sun rays, another cremation dweller. Here we go, right there. Below the central figure and to the outer sides are two wilder, wrathful manifestations. Guru Senge Dradok on the right, whose name means one who teaches with a lion's voice, trampling on any forces harmful to the Dharma, and to the left, Dorje Drolo, subduer of demons. So those are the two bottom ones. There's Dorje Drolo, who we remember from the other day. There and here. He is flanked by two of his 5 consorts, the ones most revered for their contributions to Buddhism, Machik Lapdron and Mandarava on the left and right, respectively. It's a very interesting thing. Typically, those two consorts are Yeshit Sogyal and Mandarava. But it does appear that it's Machik Lapdron in this. Very interesting. So that is the 8 manifestations of Padmasambhava. The important thing to keep in mind about these manifestations is that Padmasambhava's ability is to be what's needed in the moment. So if what you need is a wrathful protector who's like guarding your life, guarding you from making bad decisions, guarding you from negative activity, then he's there. If what you need is like a medicine healer, he's there. If what you need is somebody who will push you and challenge you to learn more, he's there. If what you need is the consort, the object of devotion and love, he's there. And when we think about the goddesses, they also manifest this way. Obviously, the 21 Taras illustrate this, but pretty much all of the deities that we might work with in our world, in any tradition, manifest this way. And this is kind of, I think, one of the marks of a divine being is that they have the ability to seemingly or actually shapeshift into different forms in order to teach people, basically to reach people right where they are. So when somebody is like on their last nerve, crying, angry, upset, if life is unfair, horrible things are happening, Padmasambhava will manifest maybe then as something really peaceful, healing, nurturing, caring, kind, supportive. And at other times, if, a person is like, they're like on the edge of something, but they're procrastinating, they're not doing it, maybe Padmasambhava manifests as wrath, as like, come on, go, do this, make it happen. and lights a fire under you. And so I think that, when we are kind of exploring the different manifestations of whatever we hold divine in our lives, one of the things to think about is that potentially we have messages coming in from unexpected sources. And sometimes those messages are coming in a way that's like placed before us so that we can't possibly miss it. And when that happens, that maybe we can give a little credit where it's due and say, the wisdom of the divine is manifesting in this way so that I will have this moment. And I'm allowed to look at it, see it for what it is, view it within the shimmering, rippling landscape of appearances, and then take appropriate action. So that's our short bit for today, if that's what you were here for. And now let's dive into Guanyin practice. We're going to start as usual with 3 prostrations before the shrine. And let's take refuge. Namo Guru Be. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intention. A person, place, situation, or circumstance that will benefit from today's practice. And I do actually have names that I've put here. So today we're holding for Julie, who has been battling colorectal cancer and has now entered the last phases of that, or it has advanced. Let's say that. So for there to be for Julie a positive path forward, either in treatment or in comfort. And then we're holding for Lori and her mother, Dolores. Dolores has been hospitalized, is coming to the end of her life. And Lori is dealing with, a chronic illness herself. She's exhausted. She's emotional. She's in a state of loss. So holding for Julie, for Lori, and for Dolores, as well as holding for all of our usual folks this week, Claire, Audrey, Mary Beth, and Lisette. And let's recite the 4 immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. Oh, I had one candle going already, but for a different practice. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering for Guan Yin, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Om Ahum. 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 Reverently, I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Guan Yin, remain until the end of samsaric existence and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. 108 recitations of Namo Guanxi Pusa, calling out to Guan Yin and asking her to reveal to us what is the form that will teach us best. Namo Guanxi Pusa, Namo Guanxi Pusa, Namo Guanxi Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin 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 Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. And for the money reciter of Kam, Lama Dunkun Shuksum Lakchaksa Lo Dakni Changchu Ningpor Chike Bar Gangdang Gangdu Kipa de Dang Der Tadu Tuje Champo Jetsin Shing Kusum Gewe Chila Chipar Sho Jamtang Ningje Champo Kunlang Ne Tuje Champo Du Jaragirpanam Lame Chanchu Chola Gope Chir Tuje Champo Trinle Je Par Sho. Homage to the Guru and Three Jewels. From now until I reach the essence of awakening, no matter where I may be reborn in those places, may I always follow the great compassionate one and dedicate my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Inspired by loving kindness and great compassion, in order to lead all Mahakarunika's followers to supreme and unsurpassable awakening, may I carry out the great compassionate one's activity. Oh, and one more time in Tibetan. Lama Dankun Shuksum Lakchaksa Lo Dakni Changchuk Ningpor Chike Bar Gangdang Gangdu Kipa Dedang Der Tadu Tuje Chimpo Chitzin Ching Gusum Gewe Chula Chipar Sho Jamdang Ninje Chimpo Kunlang Ne Tuje Chimpo Jamdang Ninje no Tuje Chimpo Dujar Girpa Nam Lame Chanchu Chola Go Pechir Tuje Chimpo Trinle Je Par Sho. I think it's the place that's the hardest for me is the Tuje Champo Jar Girpanam and then Tuje Champo Trinle Je Parsho are similar in the beginning and then they change. I think that's where I'm getting a little tripped up at the end, but we're getting there. All right, 108 recitations of Om Mani Padme Hum. And hi there, Wolf. Nice to see you. Hi there, Joanne. Good to see you here. Hi, Billy. All right, so let's do 108 recitations. Om Mani Padme Hum, asking for the lessons to be made clear to help us to steer away from the afflictive states of being that manifest negativity in the outside world. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And let's give thanks for our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy a swift and happy rebirth. And long life prayer for Lama Dechen Yeshe Wangmo. Om Swasti. Through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of supreme bliss, Yeshe Wangmo, be utterly stable, and may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Guanyin in our hearts. Namo Guanxin Pusa. And we close with a bow to Guanyin, a bow to one another, and a bow to the inner teacher. And wishing everyone a great day. And I'll be back tomorrow. Bye now.